Dear students, up to the last class we have discussed regarding the preparation properties of the monocarboxylic acids including that is aliphatic as well as aromatic carboxylic acids. Today we will see some of these specific reactions of that monocarboxylic acids and we will do some conversions and we have to explain some uses of that monocarboxylic acids. So the first reaction that is action with sodium bicarbonate. Action with sodium bicarbonate. In the last class I have explained how to distinguish between phenol and benzoic acid. Phenol and benzoic acid, and also we have explained regarding the acid strength of that benzoic acid and phenol. So benzoic acid that is more acidic as compared to phenol, because the benzoate ion that is more stable as compared to the phenoxide or the phenate ion, and that is explained on the basis of the reaction with that of the sodium bicarbonate with the release of that carbon dioxide. So this is the first question. What is the action of sodium bicarbonate with all these acids? All the examples of that acids, that is benzoic acid, benzene sulfonic acid, salicylic acid, picric acid, carbolic acid. All the examples of that some acids, and we have to explain what is the action of sodium bicarbonate with these acids, whether they will react or they will not react, whether that the release of that carbon dioxide or carbon dioxide gas is not released. These are very important reactions. The first one, benzoic acid, that is having the formula benzene ring that contains that is COOH group, that is treated with sodium bicarbonate. So there is a formation of that is sodium benzoate COONA plus water plus carbon dioxide. There is the release of carbon dioxide in this case, benzoic acid. Benzoic acid reacts with sodium bicarbonate, that the formation of that sodium benzoate with the release of that carbon dioxide gas. If we will take the example of that benzene sulfonic acid, again benzene sulfonic acid, benzening that is associated with that is SO3H, again that reacts with sodium bicarbonate to form that is SO3Na, benzening that contain SO3Na, water and carbon dioxide. That means benzene sulfonic acid, again that respond for that is sodium bicarbonate, means that the release of carbon dioxide gas. Then what about the third one, that is salicylic acid? First we have to explain what is the formula for that salicylic acid. Salicylic acid, benzening that contain OH and COH, that is orthohydroxy benzoic acid. If the OH group is only there, then that is phenol. If COH group is only there, then that is benzoic acid. And among these two groups, COH group is treated as senior functional group. Therefore, the name of the compound is made according to that is COH group, that is benzoic acid. So benzoic acid and its ortho position, 1, 2 position. Ortho position that contain OH, that is orthohydroxy benzoic acid, otherwise known as salicylic acid. Orthohydroxy benzoic acid or salicylic acid, again that contains COH group that respond for that is sodium bicarbonate, means there is the formation of that is OH, CONA, water and that is carbon dioxide. Again the release of that carbon dioxide. Next D, it will explain picric acid. What is the formula for that picric acid? Benzene that contain OH, NO2, means there is the presence of that is 3 NO2 group at 2, 4, 6. We have to number this from this position, from this carbon atom. If all these groups are not there, then that is treated as phenol. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 means 2, 4, 6 trinitrophenol, that is known as picric acid, 2,4,6 trinitrophenol. In this compound there is no such COH group, therefore that do not respond for, that is sodium bicarbonate chemical. Means there is no release of that carbon dioxide. And if you will take the example of that carbolic acid, what is that carbolic acid? That is your phenol. Carbolic acid, that is your phenol. Benzene, that contain OH group. So benzene contain OH group. Again, there is no COH group. Carboxylic group, acid group is not there. Therefore, this compound again that do not respond for that sodium bicarbonate. So from all these 5 examples, you can take benzoic acid which contains COH group, benzene sulfonic acid which contains SO3H group, or we can take that is salicylic acid, that the presence of OH as well as that COH group, or we can take that is salicylic acid. All these 3 compounds, they will respond for that sodium bicarbonate and there is the release of that carbon dioxide gas. But if we will take the example of that carbolic acid and picric acid, carbolic acid and picric acid, there is no such COH group, therefore they have no ability to release the carbon dioxide. Because phenol or benzene containing OH groups, phenol or phenols, they have no ability to release carbon dioxide from sodium bicarbonate, which is the distinction test between carboxylic acid, that is aromatic containing benzene, and phenol. So the first question is over, that is action is sodium bicarbonate. So sodium bicarbonate will not respond for carbolic acid, will not respond for that is a picric acid, and all these other three, that benzoic, benzene sulfonic, and that is salicylic acid otherwise known as orthohydroxybenzoic acid. Orthohydroxybenzoic acid, they will respond for that is sodium bicarbonate. Next we will explain what is the effect of -I group to the carboxylic acids if that is present to the alpha position. For example, COH group, NO2 group is there, NO2 group that is treated as -I group, that is -I group, negative inductive group, electron withdrawing group. So COH group, nearby to this COH group, the carbon atom that is present, that is known as alpha carbon atom. So to this alpha carbon atom, there is the presence of that NO2, then that is known as alpha nitro, that is ethanoic acid or 2-nitroethanoic acid. Next one, the other example, 1, 2, this is your alpha, that is CO group that is treated as -I group, electron withdrawing group. So COH group, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is 3 carboxy, that is 3 oxo, that is pentanoic acid, 3 oxo pentanoic acid, that contain -I group at alpha position. Similarly, COH group is there, NO2 group is present at the alpha and also the gamma position. So what is the effect of, that is carboxylic acid whenever that is COH group is attached with -I group at the alpha positions. So in this particular cases, what will happen? The COH group attached to the alpha position, whenever that has been heated, the COH group, from that COH group, carbon dioxide gas is released. COH is released. COH from that COH group, COO, that is CO2 is released. That is CO is released. Then what will the product? What will the product in this case? That is NO2 bond CH2 bond H, that is CH3. This is removed in the form of that carbon dioxide. That hydrogen atom is attached to this carbon atom. This is removed in the form of that carbon dioxide. H is attached to this position. So there is the formation of NO2 bond CH3 plus CO2. Mark this. Carbon dioxide gas released from that COH group. From that COH group, carbon dioxide gas is released. Hydrogen is attached to this position. CH2H, that becomes CH3. So NO2 CH3. CH3 NO2 nitromethane. Similarly, carbon dioxide is released. Carbon dioxide is released from this position. H is attached to this one. So what will be the product? 3 bond CH2 bond C double bond O bond CH3 plus CO2. COH group nearby to this carbon atom, that is alpha carbon atom, there is the presence of that CO group that is also treated as minus I group. So whenever this compound that is heated, this COO, that is CO2, is released from that carbon dioxide as carbon dioxide, and H is attached to this carbon atom, that is the formation of that CH3. So what will be the product? CH3, CH2, C double bond O, CH2H, means that is CH3, and carbon dioxide gas is released. And in the case of that third one, COH group, there is the presence of NO2 group minus I group at alpha position and also at gamma position. So whenever this compound that is heated, that is CO, that is removed in the form of the carbon dioxide. So H is attached to this one. So there is the formation of the product will be NO2 plus carbon dioxide. This gas that is released, it is a gas released. In this case also this carbon dioxide gas is released. So the carbon dioxide is released and H is attached to this position. So there is the formation of, that is 135 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 135 trinitrobenzene. There is the formation of the compound 135 trinitrobenzene. So this is the effect of minus I group to the carboxylic acid whenever that is present at the alpha position. So by heating, the carbon dioxide gas is released from that COH group. Next we'll go for that third question. In this case, the formic acid that will act as a reducing agent. So this is KMnO4, sulfuric acid, that is acidified potassium permanganate. Acidified potassium permanganate, that is formic acid, there the formation of K2SO4, MnSO4, water and carbon dioxide gas is released. KMnO4, that is having the pink color. KMnO4 pink color, and MnSO4 which is produced, either that is very light pink or that can be treated as colorless. Very light pink or that treated as colorless. So in this case, manganese that is having the oxidation state of that is +7, and in this case manganese that is having the oxidation state of +2. So the oxidation number of manganese that has been decreased from +7 to +2, there is the decrease of oxidation number, that is known as reduction. Then which agent will act as reducing agent? That is your formic acid. In the same manner, we can take acidified potassium dichromate. Acidified potassium dichromate that is treated with formic acid. Acidified potassium dichromate, that is orange red, that is having orange red color, and Cr2SO4 that is known as, that is green color material. So whenever that is acidified potassium dichromate that has been treated with formic acid, acidified potassium dichromate that has been treated with formic acid, there is the formation of, that is green color of chromic sulfate. In this case, the oxidation state of, that is chromium +6, that has been changed to +3, means decrease of that oxidation number, that is known as reduction, and formic acid will act as a reducing agent. So the third question, these are the special reactions. These are the special reactions of that formic acids. In the last class we have discussed also regarding the special reactions of that formic acid that discharges the color. These are the color of the KMnO4 or potassium dichromate that has been discharged, or they'll reduce, that is Tollens reagent and Fehling solution. In the last class we have discussed that is mercury chloride, that is common to mercurous chloride, white precipitate of mercurous chloride, also that reaction that we have discussed in the last class. And also these are the two specific reactions of that formic acid. Then what are the other specific reactions of that formic acid? That is formic acid, whenever that is heated to 433 Kelvin, there is a release of carbon dioxide and formation of hydrogen gas. Carbon dioxide gas is released and hydrogen gas is also released. Next one, formic acid that is treated with H2SO4. We know that is sulfuric acid, the example of that dehydrating agent, that are the ability to release, that is water molecule from the system. So H2O that is released and carbon monoxide. Mark this. Formic acid is heated to form carbon dioxide and hydrogen. But whenever formic acid that has been treated with the dehydrating agent like sulfuric acid, there is the release of that water, sulfuric acid that dehydrate, that adjusts, that is water molecule, and that the formation of that carbon monoxide. In this case carbon dioxide, in this case carbon monoxide. This reaction that explains regarding that is dehydrating behavior of that sulfuric acid. Next one, formic acid reacts with PCl5. In the last class we have discussed regarding the action of the carboxylic acids with PCl3, PCl5 or SOCl2. So formic acid reacts with PCl5 to form formyl chloride, HCOCl, that is formyl chloride, but the formyl chloride so formed that is unstable and that is stabilized by the formation of HCl and CO. Formic acid that forms unstable formyl chloride, acid chloride, formyl chloride, that methanoyl chloride, which decomposes to form HCl and CO. Next one, what is that Schmid reaction? What is that Schmid reaction? This is one of the important method for the preparation of aliphatic amines. Important method for the preparation of aliphatic amines with one carbon atom less from that carboxylic acid. So whenever the carboxylic acid, that is RCOH, that has been treated with N3H, N3H that is known as hydrazoic. Hydrazoic acid. So whenever monocarboxylic acids that has been treated with hydrazoic acid, N3H, hydrazoic acid, then the formation of amine with one carbon atom less. For example, if this contain a number of carbon atom, then in this case the amine so formed, that is N-1C, one carbon atom less amine. This is also one of the important method for the preparation of aliphatic amines by decreasing the carbon content. If we will take this example, for example acidic acid, CH3COOH, acidic acid that has been treated with hydrazoic acid, N3H, what will the product? That is CH3NH2, CH3NH2 plus N2 plus CO2, CH3COH plus N3H, that is hydrazoic acid. Then the formation of primary amine, methylamine. Methylamine will found, this is removed in the form of the carbon dioxide. So this acid that contain two carbon atoms, but the amine so formed, that is having one carbon atom less, that is methylamine, two carbon atom, but the amine that contain only one carbon atom, methylamine. So next one, we have to compare the acid strength of the comparison of acid strength. Last question, that is question number 6, that is comparison of that acid strength. Comparison of acid strength. So this is the, in all these cases, in the first 3 cases, that the presence of minus I group, chlorine, that is minus I group, fluorine minus I group, and this chlorine, that is also minus I group, and this CH3COH, that is the presence of plus I group. This is plus I, this is minus I group, this is minus I group, this is minus I group. We know the presence of minus I group, that increases acid strength. More is the electronegative nature of that minus I group, more will be its acidic behavior. Means this will be fast. That is fluoroacetic acid, that will be more acidic than any other 3 acids. Then we have to compare the acidic behavior of these 2. That is COH group, minus I group is attached to alpha position, COH group, minus I group is attached to alpha position. But in this case, there is the presence of plus, but in this case there is no plus I group. Only minus I group is there, but in this case alpha position that contain minus I group as well as plus I group. If we compare the acidic nature of these 2, this will be more acidic, this will be more acidic, second, and this will be third, and this will be fourth. What for fourth? Last. What for this will be least acidic? Because of the presence of that CH3 group. So if we will go for the answer for the question number 6, that is comparison of the acidic strength of the, that is carboxylic acid of this question. Fluoroacetic acid is more acid than chloroacetic acid because of more electronegative nature of that fluorine atom. And if we will compare these 2, that is minus I group is attached to alpha position, minus I group chlorine, that is attached to alpha, in this case also alpha. But in this case, in addition to minus I group, there is the presence of plus I group, which will decrease the acid strength. So this will be second, and this will be third. And the presence of plus I group, that decreases acid strength of the acid. So regarding the acid strength comparison, fluoroacetic acid greater than chloroacetic acid greater than, that is 2-chloropropanoic acid greater than, that is acetic acid. So these are the different type of questions that we have discussed. Next we will analyze some of these application parts. That is applications means that is uses of, that is formic acid, acetic acid. So next we will go for that uses of that is acids. Regarding the uses of, that is formic acid, that is used in leather tanning, tanning of the leather. As second one, as coagulating agent for rubber latex, formic acid, that is as a coagulating agent for rubber latex in textile, that is dyeing and finishing of the clothes. Next one, as antiseptic, as antiseptic. Next one, that is as a medicine for the treatment of the gout, for the treatment of gout, that is used as medicine. Next we will say what are the uses of, that is acetic acid. So that is used for the manufacture of rayon, plastic, rubber, and in silk industries. That is acetic acid, that is used as well as one of the solvent, and that is used as vinegar in cooking of the food items. For example, you know what is that vinegar? Vinegar, that is 7 to 8%. 7 to 8%, that is acetic acid, CH3COOH, that is known as vinegar, that is used in cooking industry. So these are the different uses of that formic and acetic acid. Next we will go for some of these conversions. How this one type of compound that is common to another kind, and in a particular chapter we will discuss that is regarding organic conversions. But before going to that chapter, in this particular chapter we have to give, that is some tips for the conversion of acid to acid, that is formic acid to acetic acid or acetic acid to formic acid, just like this one. In there is another chapter that only specifically meant for this organic conversions by keeping same functional group, changing functional group, increasing carbon atom, decreasing carbon atom. We'll go for that last chapter. But today I will give some examples where one type of acid that is common to only another kind of acids. So next, some organic conversions. How to convert, that is acetic acid to formic acid and formic acid to acetic acid. Formic acid to acetic acid and acetic acid to formic acid. For example, acetic acid CH3COOH, that is converted to formic acid HCOOH. How this conversion that is done? So in this case, you will just mark it, there is a decrease of the carbon atom. There is a decrease of the carbon atom. So this compound that has been treated with ammonia, there is a formation of CH3COONH4. So this compound ammonium acetate that is heated to form acetamide CH3CONH2. So that is one of the specific reaction, that is Hofmann's bromamide reaction Br2KOH. So this acetamide that has been treated with Br2 and KOH, that is Hofmann's bromamide reaction. Bromine reacts with amide in presence of that base KOH, there is the formation of an amine with one carbon atom less. We will discuss this in the chapter that is preparation of that primary amines. So acetamide that has been treated with Br2 and KOH, that reaction that is Hofmann's bromamide reaction, that the formation of an amine with one carbon atom less. So this amine that undergoes hydrolysis, that is in presence of that is nitrous acid, that is NaNO2 and HCl, that the formation of NaCl and HNO2, nitrous acid. So methylamine that is treated with nitrous acid, that the formation of methyl alcohol. So methyl alcohol that is oxidized to form formaldehyde, which is further oxidized to form formic acid. This is one of the method for the conversion of that is acetic acid to formic acid. In the another manner you can also proceed. This is the carbon atom decrease. So this compound that has been treated with NaOH. Acetic acid that has been treated with sodium hydroxide, there is the formation of CH3COONA, that is sodium acetate. So this compound again that has been treated with NaOH and CaO, that is heated with sodium hydroxide and K, that is CaO, that is known as soda lime. In the last class we have explained regarding that this reaction due to COH group, that decarboxylation Dumas method, there is the formation of an alkane with one carbon atom less, CH4. So this compound that has been treated Cl2 in presence of UV, there is the formation of CH3Cl that has been treated with KOH, there is the formation of CH3, there is the formation of CH3OH, and CH3OH that is oxidized to form formic acid. Acetic acid, sodium acid, that is formation of sodium acetate heated with soda lime to form methane, that is treated with chlorine and in presence of UV, formation of CH3Cl, and this CH3Cl that has been treated with KOH aqueous, not alcoholic, that treated with KOH aqueous, there is the formation of CH3OH, that is methyl alcohol, and methyl alcohol is oxidized to form that is formic acid. So these are the two methods. Either you can proceed in this manner or in this manner, but this will be the most preferred one. So these are the two methods for the conversion, that is acetic acid to formic acid. Next we will go for this opposite one, that is formic acid to acetic acid. Next, that is conversion of formic acid HCOOH to CH3COOH. There is the increase of this carbon atom. In this case, the number of carbon atom that has been increased. So formic acid that has been treated with calcium hydroxide, that is base, there is the formation of that is CaHCOO whole 2, calcium formate. Calcium ferment, again that has been treated with calcium acetate. That is heated. Dry distillation. We know calcium ferment is heated to form formaldehyde. Calcium acetate is heated to form acetone. Calcium ferment is heated with calcium acetate. That is the formation of acetaldehyde. So in this case, formic acid is treated with calcium hydroxide. That is the formation of calcium ferment. Calcium ferment is heated with, that is calcium acetate. What is the product? Calcium ferment is heated with calcium acetate. That is the formation of the organic product acetaldehyde. So this acetaldehyde, that is oxidized aldehyde that undergoes oxidation to form acids. So this is the conversion of the formic acid to acetic acid. That means that the increase of this number of carbon atom that has been increased. How? Formic acid that has been treated with calcium hydroxide to form calcium ferment. Calcium ferment is treated with calcium acetate to form acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde is oxidized to form, that is acetic acid. So these are the some that is organic conversions of this chapter, and we'll explain briefly in a particular chapter, that is organic conversions. In that chapter we have to explain by giving many examples. So dear students, today we completed, that is monocarboxylic acids. Go through this portion, that is preparation properties in detail. I will give some questions in my WhatsApp. Try to solve these questions that may contain 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 mark and long question. And after completing these portions, that is question and answers, you have to appear an exam on the group 18 and also this chapter, that is monocarboxylic acids. So be prepared for that exam. Probably that will be on 25th or just like this I will declare, and specific prizes, special prizes for 10th best 10 students that will be awarded on behalf of me. So try to solve these portions. Today I will give some questions in my WhatsApp. Try to solve it and prepare accordingly to that exam. So thank you all.